Let's take a drive and learn about being a contractor. So I had a talk this weekend with a friend of mine. He was thinking about quitting his job and becoming a contractor. And so we got into this conversation about, do you like being a contractor? The things I do like, we'll start with that. So that's the good and the bad. Obviously the best thing about it is the flexibility compared to like working at a bank. You can take off work if you need to shut the job down for a day. That's possible. It's harder to shut down a storefront where people are depending on you to be there 8 to 5 every day. And I would say that's the biggest one thing that's a bonus is the flexibility to shut it down for a few days if you need to without a riot. Now, of course, you got to keep your homeowners happy. You are your own boss, but I will say this, you still have bosses. Your client is your boss, the building department is your boss, and of course, your wife is still your boss, so that's how it goes. And sort of along those lines, another thing that I do love is that when you're a contractor, you get to spend a lot of time outside. I really get claustrophobic if I'm inside for a long period of time. So you have good weather and bad weather, but on the overall, I really enjoy being able to be outside most of the time. Let's dive into, are you thinking about being a contractor? What's the hardest thing about being a contractor? Just building a house in itself is such a long, drawn-out process that you have to come to work every day and just kind of work that day. You can't come to work and think about the entire process of building a house every day, or else you will just become overwhelmed. It's too much. So let me put it to you this way. I have to focus on the very short-term, day-to-day goals in order to accomplish my long-term goal of finishing a house and not losing my mind in the meantime. There's too many things. It's too multifaceted to just come to work and think about the house being done. You have to think about, okay, today I'm going to get this wall built. Today I'm going to get the floor put down in this room. Today I'm going to get the job site cleaned up. You have to, and this took a long time for me to get my brain to work this way to where it wasn't so overwhelming. And then the second hard thing is that, contractors don't have a regular pay schedule. We get paid by banks. Banks give you draws based on work you've accomplished. And they have it figured out for the most part to where they'll pay you enough to pay all your bills and pay your employees, but not really enough to pay yourself. And that lump where you can pay yourself comes in on the last straw. So literally 4 or 5 months might go by where you can pay yourself very little. And then it's the last, literally, you have to be 100% done with this job. Draw from the bank. There will be the money in that to then pay yourself. And you better save it because you may go another 4 or 5 months without a real paycheck. So there's the discipline of being able to put money in the bank, save it, live off of it until you can get another house done. And then there's the stress of, okay, am I going to get another house done in time before I run out of this money that I've saved from the last house? So that's the two hardest things about being a contractor. And let me throw this out there. You'll also have to learn to roll with the punches being a contractor. A lot of your plans and short-term goals get completely thrown off pretty often by the weather or lack of supply chain, or the schedules of your subcontractors don't work out. So you have to learn to just be okay with some things not going your way pretty often. And there's many other things, and I'll probably post another video about this topic because I think there's a lot of people out there that want to be a contractor because they think they can make easy money. And there is money to be made if you can do a good job and build nice houses and be a people person, deal with problems. stay tuned, and we'll continue this discussion. I do drive around a lot. It's about an hour drive to the job site from where I live, and they're not all that far, but you're never going to the same place every day for long when you're a contractor. I find that drinking coffee makes me a lot smarter.